Hello, lovely podcast people. I hope you're well. I recently sent out the first iteration of my rapid fat loss calculator, and I got lots of replies ranging from "Hi, comma, it doesn't work, full stop, sent from my iPad," to "Hi Martin, thank you so much, this is amazing, I've put it in, it's explained so much, thanks so much for sending out these free resources and such an amazingly formatted Excel spreadsheet, it looks amazing, blah blah." Anyway, those were the ranges, but within there was also people going, "Hi Martin, I've used the calculator and it's returned results that have confused me, and I recorded a 16-minute how-to video which I gave two examples, one where the individual was relatively lean, I think, and one where the individual had a lot more body fat, and tried to explain the differences on how this personalised calculator accounts for those situations. And unfortunately, I'm not sure why, but I've had replies from both camps. I think the problem is, unless you're in the middle range, and it just comes out with results that are perfectly as expected, despite me telling people that the results would be different to maybe as is expected, they still are confused. And so I just wanted to record a little podcast because I thought maybe hearing me talk about it again and being really, really specific and telling you that you're muppets for not listening to me properly would help. And I think as well, because it is difficult when someone like me comes along and does stuff from a very evidence-based perspective, which is different to that in the research and different to that in the fitness industry. Because in the research, because of the way studies are done, things have to be standardized across the board unless very convoluted methodology is used where you can individualize every approach to every individual. And, even in studies where, they're going, "Oh, we're going to base the nutritional intervention on their DNA," they still don't really differentiate greatly. And it's a bit of a joke when people say, this study showed that DNA-specific nutrition interventions are better than standardized protocol. And the standardized protocol is like, eat healthier, good, go away. That's the control group. And then the DNA group's like, eat more protein and eat more vegetables. And then this group is going to have a slightly more carbs and this one's going to have slightly more fats. Not this group, this person. But it's ridiculous. Because then it's like, all those with the DNA-specific approach are better. And it's like, yeah, because you gave them more protein. We all know that's going to help with appetite suppression or lean body mass retention. Anyway, so again, with the very low energy diet research, it's often just across the board, say 400 calories or 650 calories or whatever. And it doesn't matter whether your, body fat is, low or high or whatever. In the groups, they tend to pick similar individuals, but the point is it's not customized to the individual. And within sort of more athletic population research, you've got individuals who are, 10% or less body fat doing fast rates of fat loss with people who are moderate levels of body fat. And, I can't remember the paper. I think it might be something like Huninovan, the author. It's difficult to remember an author's name when you don't exactly know how to pronounce it, but I can sort of picture it. And they actually graphically illustrated the different subjects in their paper and their level of starting body fat and then the amount of lean body mass they lost. I'll link the study in the show notes. But the point of this is to say, I've had one individual say, you didn't use someone with my stats in your example and it's come back giving me negative calories. Now, on the initial page where you input your stats, the next page it gives you kind of what a 4-week breakdown would look like. And it just gives the total daily energy expenditure for you, how many calories you'll probably burn in a day, and the total amount of fat that your body, or the total number of calories from fats that your body would be able to produce and put in your blood for you to burn. Now, if you have a lot of body fat on your body can put lots of fat into your blood for burning. And if you only burn 2,000 calories a day because you're relatively a small human but with high body fat, and you're relatively sedentary, you're not active, so you're not burning many calories. If you're burning 2,000 calories a day, but your body has enough body fat to be able to put 2,500 calories of fat into your bloodstream and that can be taken up by the muscle to oxidize for energy, it will tell you you can eat minus 500 calories a day. But I'm not recommending you eat minus 500 calories a day, because when you go to the next tab, as I explained, anything that returns a value less than 800, I've used a formula that says return the value of 800 calories. So what that means is you can eat sufficient protein. You're given enough daily calories to eat sufficient protein, which doesn't happen in the research. So lean body mass loss is much more likely. And then the rest of the calories are made up with a small amount of carbs and fat. So, some individuals saying, does this not work for me? One email said, am I too big to do an aggressive diet? One email said, does this mean I should eat nothing for as long as I can possibly stand? No. Again, use the calculator, do what the calculator says on the daily calories and macros tab that I've specifically done for you. And then another individual essentially saying, it's returned a value of 1,652 calories or something. This doesn't seem particularly aggressive. The point is it's as aggressive as it can be for you to maintain lean body mass. And this is what I mean. In the fitness industry, people go, I'm doing an aggressive diet. I want to lose as much fat as possible in 1 week or 2 weeks. And because I've got a shoot or I'm going on holiday or whatever, and they'll eat 1,000 calories a day. But the fact is the body can only present a certain number of calories as fat to be oxidized based on your level of body fat. So what it has returned for him is the calorie intake that he needs to use if he doesn't want to lose lean body mass. So obviously, he's someone who's maybe expending a few more calories. If he's expending, let's say, 2,500 calories a day, and his body can only present 900 calories of fat, therefore he can only go down to 1,600 calories a day without starting to take energy from lean stores of energy, i.e. muscle glycogen or, protein, muscle from the body, etc. So I just wanted to do a really quick, short podcast explaining that and helping people to understand this concept, which maybe isn't one that has been discussed enough or at all anywhere else. And what I want to do in a future iteration of the Rapid Fat Loss Calculator is work out a way to make the calculator clever enough so that if, for instance, as in my case, when I want to diet on fewer than, say, 1,600 calories, because eating fewer than 1,600 calories allows me to get into a state where my hunger subsides to a great extent, making the diet phase much easier. It can then calculate, how long you can do that for until muscle loss becomes a major issue, and being able to program it so it can tell you how often you need to have a refeed at X number of calories, etc. But that's a lot more work to get perfectly right. And but yeah, you can stay tuned for that. And again, I think I have discussed this. I discussed this specifically actually in my Compassionate Approaches to Rapid Fat Loss talk at Mac Nutrition Live, which I believe I'll put the link for that in the show notes. You can buy the talks from that day now. And so you can, if you want to jump ahead and try that and eat fewer calories, you can do so, based on the information I talked about in that talk. Cool. I hope that's helpful. I hope it just provides some insight and interesting information on this topic for you, create some more understanding across the board, no matter whether you're a practitioner or someone who might want to do this yourself. Right. Until next time, I've got a really bad crick in my neck. Something. My neck hurts. And it's really painful, so I feel a bit like, ugh. If you're watching this on a viewing platform, it probably this is why I look so hunched up and why I sound maybe a bit downtrodden, but I'm not. Thank you for listening to the podcast as usual. I hope it has been helpful, and until next time, much love. What a way to finish a podcast.